Okay. Yo, 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 yo. There we go. Alright, man. Let's see here. Pop out the chat. Get that next to my tier list. You know what? Actually, let's put the tier list away for a second. Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? No gameplay today. Short stream, 45 minutes. The new event is interesting. Okay. Let's see here. Kind of just want to get this thing started, honestly. Check out the tier list and just get cranking. I'm quite proud. I'm quite proud of that. Can everybody? How's the audio? Everything's okay before we get started, because this is just a straight yapathon today. So the audio better be okay. Okay, Ahmet. Well, rest well, my friend. Audio's good. Okay, thank you. So we're gonna get this thing started. So here's how this is gonna work. I'm just gonna straight up put the tier list on the screen, okay? And then I'm just gonna kind of pick through chat, and whatever rounds you guys want me to explain or discuss, I will. So for example, if you see roll off an F tier, which it's not, then you guys can say, okay, what's a roll off? And I'll say, okay, let me explain. Okay. I am super close. Hopefully I can get that in a couple days. We'll see how busy I am. I'm trying to get that 8K though. But anyway, like I said, guys, I'm gonna put it on the screen and you guys just call out what you want to discuss. That's kind of what we're doing today. I know it's a little different, but okay, let's do it. So there it is. There's the tier list. Yeah. What do you guys think? There's some hot takes on here. There's some interesting ones on here. Frantic. So, Frantic to me is absolute peak. Like, Frantic is so much fun, and you can say it's luck based or whatever, but I've never not qualified. Every single time I've ever played it in my entire life, I've qualified. Like, it's sure, like if you get first or like fifth or whatever, might be some luck, but I just think it's so much fun, especially like early in a show. So S tier. Royal Fumble. I love Royal Fumble, and that's close to S. The reason it's not S for me is more like personal. It's because like me personally, sometimes a skill issue. Like that's not an issue of the level, but sometimes it's just so hard that's why I have it S. Whereas like say Lost Temple, Kraken, Hexaterrestrial, like I can win those a pretty good amount of the time. You know? So that's more like a skill issue thing. Hoop Shoot and Lily and D. Okay. I know that's crazy. Hoop Shoot, I actually don't think that's crazy. I think Hoop Shoot is really boring and overrated for people that like it. Lily and D tier, I know that's kind of crazy. Um, but it's so boring, guys. It's so boring. It's so repetitive. It's body block central, and it's like, bro, like, in an average public lobby, not like custom, average public lobby, I can get like first or second, but even then it's like, okay, cool, yay, just did the same thing again. Like, it's just not fun to me. And I know that's kind of a hot take. I know that's a bit of a hot take. But like, I would rather play Whirligig or like Dizzy Heights than Lily Leapers, like, perfectly honest. Frantic is trash, but it's 1,000 times better than Chicken Gulch and Box Fight. Chicken Gulch is kind of cool. It's like, Box Party can go die in a hole. I don't like Box Party, but Chicken Gulch is alright. It's cool. Jinxed. I'm assuming I have Jinxed in. Where do I have Jinxed? I'm assuming I have it in C or D, right? Where's Jinxed? Why am I blanking on this? There it is. It is in D. Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Here's another round. I'll admit it's probably due to skill issue. It's not like, oh, that round sucks, like Power Trip. That round sucks. It's probably a skill issue. I like running. Tagging is so freaking annoying that I can't even deal with it. There's a couple of these I want to talk about. Let me talk about Speed Circuit, and then what's the other one? I'm blanking on. What's the other one? The other circuit. Why am I blanking on it? Speed Circuit and Short Circuit? Is it Short Circuit? I'm totally blanking on it. That's what it is, right? Cool, thank you. So, hot take incoming. I do not like those rounds. I do not like them at all. I am not a fan. And I sat back and I looked at it. I looked at my tier list and I was like, do I really have Speed Circuit in D? But I was like, you know what, I do. Like, I do not enjoy that round. It's body block crazy. It's too many obstacles. I know. I sound like a noob. Like, oh, skill issue, maybe. Yeah, probably. But I just don't think they're good, dude. I don't. And I think Short Circuit is just very boring. It's so boring. If anything, I would say that Speed Circuit is a little better, but yeah. Let me talk about let's talk about some of those S tier ones. Let's talk about Pixel. So here's my thing on Pixel. Hold on. When people say like a certain round is bad with randoms, here's my opinion on that. Yes, that's probably true, but that's not like the experience. Like me, when I'm rating a level that depends on teammates, like say team game or Pixel or something, I am assuming that level with a party. Like, because that's how I normally play. Like, sometimes I will queue in, like, solo to squads, which is fun and not sometimes. But, like, I'm assuming, okay, when I'm playing this with people, how is this? In Pixel, I'm going to brag for a moment. Me and my like, real-life friends, we are so good at Pixel. Like, every time, boom, 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 boom. Like, we're so quick. So, like, for me, I'm rating it, like, on that level, not, like, with randoms. Because, yeah, with randoms, it would be F tier, like, obviously. Egg Siege and S is crazy. You know what? That is crazy. In my opinion, there's a couple really hot takes here, I'll admit that. Two of the hottest takes have got to be the Egg team games being an S tier. I know that's crazy. I know that's crazy, but I think of it like this. And this is going to sound so simple. Like, oh yeah, I know, duh. When I'm playing these levels, like, how much fun am I having? I know that's awfully reductive. That's a very simple way of putting it. But when I am playing Egg Siege, or especially Egg Scramble, I am having like the time of my life. Like, to me, that is as fun as it gets, besides like a final. To me, absolute peak. And you guys know me, and you can tell if you didn't know me that I love team games. I have 3 team games in S tier, and then Pixel, you know, you can say what you want. Should we talk about roll off, or should we save that? Let me get a drink real quick. Okay. Yeah, should we talk about roll off? Okay. So, first I'll answer the best round, and then we'll talk about roll off. So in my opinion, the best round in the game is Lost Temple. 100%. And I don't even think that's a hot take. I think that's very reasonable. I think Lost Temple is the best round in Fall Guys. The second best. Does anybody remember what I think the second best round is? Does anybody? I'm sure you guys do. Second best round. Ding, 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 ding. So, Hyperdrive would be in my top 5. Maybe top 3. Maybe. I do think the second best is Fall Ball. I do think it's Fall Ball. PMH, you're just in time for me to say that Fall Ball is the second best round in the game. Now here's what I'll say. I know that's probably not true for most people. Hear me out. Just hear me out though. Like when I say Lost Temple's the best, I really think that's like the best. Like I think it's up there with any other round you can compare to. Fall Ball, I know people don't love it. But for me, I love Fall Ball so much, you can't even fathom. But there's also like kind of like a reason to it. Like, hear me out. So, hear me out. So, for as long as I've been playing Fall Guys, which is since July 2022, I started, playing with my real life friends, and we still play actually. And a couple months after we started playing, we would do this thing where like we would all go like spend the night at someone's house, and like I would bring my monitor and we would play. And we would do that during Fall Ball Cup, I remember, and we would just grind Fall Ball, and we like fell in love with it. And to this day, whenever we get Fall Ball, especially as a party, we literally do not lose. Like, we love Fall Ball so much, like I just can't explain it. It's like not only just a nostalgia thing, but it's such a peak round, you guys. It's such a peak round. Is there luck involved? Yes. But oh well, it's not like Power Trip or Hoarder's level of luck, And I swear, like, right hand in the air, cross my heart. This is not bait. Like, I am so dead serious when I say Fall Ball is my second favorite round in the game. If you put my friends and me, I'm gonna say something crazy. If you put us in a 4v4 Fall Ball with Filipino Assassin, with L7, whoever, pick your 4 best players, Snowhawk, whoever, pick your 4 best players, we will win that Fall Ball. Mind you, my 2 friends, like 1,000 crowns and like 800 crowns in like 2 years of playing, like they only play like when we squad up, they're not like sweaty tryhards necessarily, but when we team up, we are winning that Fall Ball. We are winning that Fall Ball, I'm telling you right now. So, big Fall Ball guy. Fall Ball Cup, peak. Top 5 LTM. 100%. Anyway, I just went off on a full fall ball tangent. That should tell you guys how much I love fall ball. I just went off on a complete tangent for fall ball. But anyway, let's talk about roll off. Hyperdrive. I always die the lasers. Well, I don't know if that's a Switch thing, PMH, because since it's come back, I haven't died to the lasers, and I skill issue all the time. That could be a Switch thing, because I never experienced that personally, and I know you're good, so that could be a Switch thing. But so roll off. Is Kitty still here? I wonder if Kitty's still here. Dr. Pepsi, I get your point though. 10.9 really did some damage. 10.9 really did some damage. I think that way about Slime Climb as well. And obviously some other rounds, but anyway. Okay, Line Moon, I like that list. I like that. That's a good list. That's a very agreeable list. Okay, Kitty's still here, good. Dr. Pepsi, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Haley, good to see you, my friend. It's very good to see you. We're just doing kind of a chill stream today. But anyway, let's talk about roll off. If we had done this stream a month ago, I probably would have had roll off at F tier. But that's not fair. Like, objectively, I can't really say that roll off is a bad round. I can't say that. What I can say is I do not like that round. What's up, Snake? Good to see you. Now, if this was my favorite to least favorite, roll off would be on the bottom of Z tier. And then the rest would be at F. That's how much I hate roll off. I hate roll off, you guys. But again, it just can't be F tier. Like, factually speaking, it can't be that low. Like, that's not fair. There's no luck involved. It's, you know what you're gonna get. There's definitely a ton of skill. There's memorization. There's understanding the variations. It's a skill issue. I'm saying that right now. My hate for roll off is a skill issue. That's why I'm putting it in its own thing down there, because I can't really fairly rank it. Oh, Haley, you've never seen. That's funny. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. Lily, Hoop Shoot, Speed Slider. Oh, yep, PMH. In PMH, we actually talked about those earlier because everybody else was like, what? We didn't mention Speed Slider, but we mentioned the rest. I think those rounds are not fun at all. Nikos, yes. I didn't put them in order, but Lost Temple is my favorite round. It's true. You're right. Good memory. Yeah, see, like, that's cool, Kitty. Like, that's a perfectly valid reason. Like, especially with friends. With friends, like, heck, who knows? You might really like Seesaw. I mean, probably not. But my point is, like, with friends, I mean, who knows? There's, like, super fun rounds, you know? Yeah, like me and my friends, for example, we love getting cracking together. You know, we just gang up on the noobs. But anyway, exactly, Line Moon. Like, it just needs its own strata. Speed Slider and Lily and S. I'm sure a lot of people would say that, to be fair. Yeah, Haley, we did it 1 month ago for the 2,000 sub celebration stream. It was a surprise. And then I've done it in, like, just a few streams and videos since. Thank you, Nikos. Yeah, I know the egg maps are kind of a hot take there. I know. I agree with F tier. I feel like F tier is the most agreeable. I feel like okay, maybe you'd put some of those in E, maybe you'd put some more in F, but I feel like for the most part, you can't really go wrong with the F tier, and really the E tier as well, honestly. Maybe some people like Penguin Pool Party, but I'm not one of those people. I don't like roll off because I can't grab on moving obstacles. My Switch makes me auto let go. However, okay, Snake. You know another thing? That kind of factors into this that you guys can probably notice. In fact, you'll definitely notice if you look at my like S and A versus like lower ones. I am not a speed running type of player. So, for example, Lily, Speed Slider, the circuit rounds, you notice they're very low. And the top rounds are like team, hunt, you know, that kind of thing. So you can definitely see the type of player I am. And in fact, during the Extreme Explorer show, I found a lot of the times I was winning the finals and I was losing the race rounds. Because I'm not, again, like if you put me in like a regular public lobby, like I can reasonably get first or top few like a good amount of the time, most of the time. But if you put me in like a comp lobby, like top 5, top 10, maybe, you know, like not really a good speedrunner. Kraken S tier, I'll never fold on that. Kraken is absolute peak. Absolute peak. Jinx tier below roll off. I'm glad you feel the same way, Dr. Pepsi. By the way, Dr. Pepsi, I'm not going to get myself sidetracked, but real quick, you know where I went the other night? Was the rooftop cinema downtown for the first time. Super cool. But anyway, MC. I'm the only penguin poop. Yes, you are, MC. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. No further comment. Yeah, and it's, okay, you guys, let's talk about this, because you guys will notice something here. Where is it? Okay, on the top right of A tier. What's up? Welcome in. On the top right of A tier, you'll notice Penguin Pursuit. What's up, Mr. Gamer? Welcome in, my friend. Okay, now, in E tier, you will notice Penguin Pool Party. Why? That was absolutely intentional. Wait, PMH, you don't know how to speedrun Speed Slider? I almost don't believe that. But here's what I'll say about that. Funny. So, Penguin Pursuit. I don't know what it is. And again, team games are like the only rounds I'll actually brag about. I am cracked at Penguin Pursuit. Like, you might have thought, oh, who could be cracked at a team game? No, I don't know what it is, but I have the penguin for almost the entire time on Penguin Pursuit, like 90% of the time. I also like how it's a timer, not a point total. Exactly. So Nico says it's more chaotic, but it's very carryable and easy to manage. I agree. And I also like how it's more of a flat playing field versus like the upper level on Pool Party, you know? But I like how it's a time limit rather than a point total you have to get to, which is a very low point total. What's it like? What is it in solos? Is it like 35 or something? I don't even remember, but yeah. Yeah, no worries, Haley. We've all been there. And the only people that say they haven't been there lied. So that's interesting, Mr. Gamer. We should talk about that. So Mr. Gamer says, I actually like team games. I hope they go into solos again. So, here's my opinion on that. You already know how much I love team games. Exactly, Snake, 100%. You already know how much I love team games. They're my favorite in the game. I like them more than the finals. But I don't know if I feel like they belong in solos. And again, this is a team game enjoyer speaking. I don't know if I like that idea, because with duos and squads, obviously, you can and probably do join with a buddy, with a fellow good player. With solos, you know, you can do pretty well as an individual in team games, like Egg Scramble, for example. But it's still very much out of your control in a lot of ways, and sometimes I feel like you could just toss a coin, and that would decide the fate of your team game in a solo show. At the same time, I love team games, so I wouldn't be mad at it. But you know what's funny, you guys? As somebody who has played basketball all my life, I've been a basketball coach, I've been a personal trainer, I have had a basketball blog, I love it. And I love team games, and yet I don't really love basketball. I don't love it. I do not love it. I'm decent at it, like I can score pretty easily, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't really get on board with it. The music matters. The music matters. No, anyway. Basketball is very good. Yeah, like I understand that. I wish I liked basketball. Yeah, I agree with that. The trick shots are fun and easy. They are. I don't know what it is. Like, I want to like that round, you know? Like Jinxed, don't care. I don't want to like it, don't care, don't want to think about it, whatever. I want to like basketball. And it is easy to score points for sure. But I feel like basketball is the only one of the only team games I can have really good teammates on, and it's like, we still don't know if we're going to win. And honestly, sometimes I feel like when I play with my buds, like at night, like real life friends, pretty much any final we can win in the typical lobby, because you don't face like always the best players. Sometimes you do, but when you see basketball, it's like, who knows? We're 10 times better than this other team of 4, but who knows if we're gonna win this? I don't know, man. Maybe it's a skill issue, but I thought I was decent at it. But it can be unpredictable. Carla, a lot of people wouldn't like you saying that, but it's kind of valid. It is. People aren't gonna like that, but what's up, Fat Rat? What's up, my boy? Hey, love the new banner, bro. That's super sick. Solos has its exclusive rounds, and duo and squads has this. Exactly, Snake. You know what's funny? I log on to Reddit about once a day, just for like my own personal scrolling. And of course, I always stumble into, the Fall Guys subreddit, and it is just like, dude, I don't know how many of you have been there. It's like a different world. It's like it is a different world of people. It's just weird. It is not anywhere I would spend time. That's what I'll say. Yeah, I get that, Nikos. Like, it has its strengths. It's hard for me to rank. I think C is solid, but it has its strengths. Carla, what'd they say? They roasted me before once as well. When I had like less than 1,000 crowns, I posted like the fastest way to do airtime, just like to show the noobs. I was like, hey, in case anybody's wondering, this is the fastest way to complete airtime. And some jerk commented, it was like, wow, it's nice that you just learned this, but everybody already knows this. And I was like, what the heck? I was like, I'm just trying to help. Like, jeez. I bought Stumble Guys merch. Yeah, they're honestly very corny, in my opinion. they hate grabbing, and yeah, not a fan. But anyway, so Dr. Pepsi mentioned this earlier. PMH, are you referring to basketball? Because if so, that would surprise me. Keep coping. They're just jerks, man. They're just jerks. But Dr. Pepsi mentioned Bean Hill Zone in B. I thoroughly enjoyed Bean Hill. Obviously, you guys can see the trend of me enjoying, like I said, like hunt, team game type levels. Like I have Hoopsie and Frantic in S. Obviously, Button Bashers, Ski Fall. What else? Some team games in A. Like I thought. I think rounds collecting things are so fun, and I loved how Bean Hill was so fast paced. Oh, it's Astro. Astro, if you're still here, we won't be live for too long today. Like, super short stream. What did MC say? I forgot to put it on live chat again. Shoot. Let me scroll up here. I need to catch up. Team rounds and knockout, please. I want to talk about that. I do want to talk about that. Yeah, it does suck because I thought that I liked being, I guess I just like duos and squads more, so I liked it more in duos and squads. I like the collaborative effort. But I liked it anywhere, and I feel like there was strats to it. You know, there's like a way to do it. I like how you go fast. I like how you have to hunt. I like how you could theoretically grief. I just thought it was fun, and I thought it was unique, obviously. So, anyway, though, how would you guys feel about if they did, obviously this would require an update, but they added like a team option for creative rounds, so then you could input the points levels, and you could do a points-based team level, and then those they could put in knockout. What's up? Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. Yeah, hey, fantastic. I'm with you. I'm with you. It is my favorite. It is my favorite. So, no complaints here. Lost Temple and Fall Ball. I mean, obviously, I would love to see it, but I think team games would be super cool in Knockout, and it would just make it, you know, further kind of drive home it being its own unique show, you know? Yeah, Painful Happy Guy gets it. The one thing, there's Barg. I was waiting on it, Barg. I was waiting on it. Yeah, I was just waiting on it. Yeah. Blast Lantis is not a bad level, but it's not like, oh my gosh, like I got Blast Lantis. Like S tier and mostly A tier, when I see those, I'm like, okay, good. Like I'm very happy to be playing this right now. Blast Lantis is like, okay, yeah, cool, yeah. I like how you can play it however you want, defensive, you know, offensive, whatever. But yeah, it's right. Nico's right. Yeah, you know, it's. But back to Painful Happy Guy, our friend. The one thing I'll say about him is he likes hoarders, and that's interesting. It's an opinion. I don't care. You know, you can put big shots in A tier for all I care. But hoarders, I don't know, man. Hoarders is certainly a level. You know, like, it's certainly a level. Like, I feel like with a good team, a 4v4v4, and you have a good team, it's like you can probably qualify most of the time, but you never know. Like, who knows what could happen in that freaking level. So, I'm not just saying this, Dr. Pepsi. Pipe Dream is supposed to be in D. I don't like Pipe Dream at all. So that's a good take. I'm not mad at that take at all. I don't like Pipe Dream, and I'm never, ever, ever happy to see it. And, ironically, I always do well in that level. Like, I'm pretty decent at it. I don't like it, though. Not a fan. So if it was Hoarders, when did Bubble Trouble get faulted? That's Line Moon. That is not a bad take, actually. I like that idea. Again, I still don't love the round any way you slice it, but I like that idea. You know, I do like Tiptoe. I just don't know if it can be higher than B, but I like it. Like, I'm glad to play it. To answer your question, that is the real Fantastic. PMH, I will after the stream. Let me backtrack here. So Barg, yeah, I know there's some hot takes there. We talked about a few of them. I know Speed Circuit's crazy. Yeah. Oh, from season 4. Wow, I never knew that. Don't like Jinx very much. It's better than Oopsie Daisy. I get that. There's one thing I wanted to mention, because it's not like, oh my god, you have Fall Ball S, and it's not like, oh my god, you have Lily Leapers D. It doesn't like jump out in your face, but Treetop Tumble being A, I'm curious what you guys think about that. You know what, that's interesting, Fantastic, because we talked earlier about team games in solos and how I don't think they should bring that back, personally. Egg Siege. Wait, they were removed because they were hated? I did not know that either. I didn't know they would remove levels just because people didn't like them. That's crazy. Water Dazer's here. Actually temporary. Dude, you know, that's funny, Water Dazer. I considered putting Treetop in S. I unironically did, but I was like, man, do I really think Treetop is up there with Hyperdrive, with Lost Temple, with Pixel, with Treat Thieves, or Sweet Thieves? I was like, maybe not, you know? Monopoly Go Ads, crazy. 1v1 team games would be so peak. I'm not mad at that either, Dr. Pepsi. I'm not mad at that. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, Bubble Trouble, but like, I think it's enjoyable, and I could see that. And I like how it's a unique experience, and I kind of got to go around the map, you know? Yeah, exactly, Nico's. It's like, great, but you're not like gonna do a backflip because you see it, you know? Big Shots in F is crazy. I legit consider it S if I'm having a good day. Barg. Me personally, I can't imagine, this is just me speaking, Big Shots being higher than E. There's literally nothing to it. And here's what I'll say, Kitty, about that. No Ways Fantastic, let me see. No. I promise I will, because I do believe that. I'd put Lost Temple, and then I'd put like Fall Ball like next to it / below it. But Fantastic, thanks for stopping by, bro. You know I always appreciate it. It's always a pleasure to see you. But here's what I'll say about what Kitty just said. Big Shots being more boring than Rollout. I get that. And I do dislike Big Shots more. But what I'll say about Rollout, why I think it's the most boring round in the game, is because Big Shots, at least I feel like big shots, let me put it like this. I feel like rollout is harder to die on, which makes it more boring. I feel like big shots is easier to die on, technically, which makes it a little less boring, if I'm making sense. Yeah, Barg, I'm gonna be honest with you. Big shots being S tier is probably a hotter take than me having fall ball S tier. Probably. Nico's, that's 100% true. 1000% true. And nobody ever says that, but nobody wants to say that, but it's true. It's a very skill-based round in terms of getting from one box to another, seeing the pattern and mimicking it. Like cognitively, it's actually like a decent task. Yeah, I like that. Swiveler. Does anybody dislike Swiveler? Like, I've never seen anybody dislike Swiveler. Swiveler is a peak level, isn't it? It honestly, I have it in A, right? Where do I? Yeah, it could be S in my opinion. Like, Swiveler is a peak level, guys. So here, yeah, interesting, Nikos. But let's talk about volleyball. I should have put these in order, but that's okay. Roll off. Real quick, I wanna talk about you tripping's way better than egg masses. Let's hear it. I'm glad I didn't read it out. I was like, kind of PMH. But let me focus. Where do I have volleyball? So I have volleyball in C. But hear me out. Hear me out on this. That's kind of one of those ones that I do think is a good level. I do. I think it's skill-based. My biggest thing is I play a lot of squads. And I don't like the squads version. Now, I understand that's only one of the versions of volleyball. You know, I know there's a solos and a duos, of course. But in my very personal experience, I play a lot of squads and I don't like it. I think the arena's too big. I think it's hard to communicate. I just think I don't love it. Yeah. Extraterrestrial at S. You've been forgiven for yes. I realized recently that my highest winning percentage of any final, Lost Temple, Kraken, whatever, Hexaring. My highest winning percentage that I win the most is Hexaterrestrial. I'm like, man, this is peak. This is so peak. Volleyball gets its own Z tier with Soul. Z tier is crazy. Now, it's true, there's so many good finals. It's ironic because I love team games, and ironically, I typically don't prefer them as finals. There's a few, obviously fall ball. Actually, fall ball might be the only one that I'm happy to see, but the rest I kind of prefer to be qualifying rounds, like semifinals, like 4v4 squads. Water Days, that's true. And I'll do you one better, I'll add on to that. I was selling everything. Ironically though, I feel like my next best winning percentage is Fall Mountain or Kraken. Maybe Fall Mountain. I win that a decent amount. Nico's 100%. I could have easily put Button Bashers in S and nobody would have said a thing, because that's perfectly valid, you know? I think a lot of people... What's up, Bri? Welcome in, my friend. It's going to be a short stream today. We're almost done, actually. We're just kind of shooting the breeze and chatting, but I think that a lot of people, when people say they don't like levels, they're like, oh, that's just a skill issue. However, and I think a lot of times it's unfair. It's okay just to not like something. But when people say they don't like button mashers, I probably gotta say that's a skill issue. I would probably have to say, if you don't like button mashers, oh, Dr. Pepsi said it. So, yeah, okay. maybe not a skill issue, but if I was a betting man, I would probably say it's a skill issue if you don't like button bashers, generally speaking. Because here's my thing. Too sweaty. Now that part I understand, it's incredibly sweaty. But here's my thing. If you're in the same small arena with one other player, and you have 1:30 seconds, theoretically, the randomness should balance out, and thus there's no randomness. So in other words, if it's luck for you, it's luck for them, and therefore it should generally balance out. And for proof, so here's my thing. For a round to be luck based, a good player would have to win it only 50% of the time. So for example, a lot of people say Lost Temple is luck based. Well, then tell me how the best players win it 80% of the time, you know? Or what do people say is luck based? Button bashers. Some people say Royal Fumble. Well, then why do the good players usually win, 70, 80% of the time? Now again, I'm not saying luck doesn't happen. Like Fall Mountain, sometimes you get 3 big balls in your face. That's luck. Like it is, 100%. But like if you're playing a level 10 times and you're good enough, you're probably going to win it a good amount of the time, you know? Exactly, Nikos. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Grown bald man. First of all, I'm not even that old. Second of all, I have a healthy head of hair, my friend. I know you do, PMH. I know you do. And that's okay. We accept you. Here's one. He's Unc. That's funny. Well, if the good players usually win against bad players, well, if it was luck, then wouldn't the bad players have an equal chance of winning? Technically speaking. Plus, think of it this way. The average, like, if you're going to play Fall Guys and you're going to queue into a lobby, like, that's who's playing the game, So sure, a lot of the best players are playing like customs, but they're like 2% of the player base. Like when you're playing the average player, like, okay, that's the average experience. You can't really go off of the competitive scene because sure, they're better than everybody. They're like really good at the game, but they're like 2% of the player base, and they're not even playing in Publix, I miss Tiny Date as well. I was gonna say something. Astro doesn't like volleyball. Oh, here's what I was gonna say. Here's the one thing I'll say about Lost Temple. One thing. In a very, very good lobby, so you're playing like on a stream or you're playing, with other players are very good. The part that sucks a little bit is if you get a door wrong, you're probably cooked. Like, you're probably cooked just for getting one door wrong, whereas in a public lobby, like, you're fine. You can get a few wrong, And another thing is, there's probably going to be, like, 5 people in the crown room at the same time. Which kind of sucks, It gets a little body blocky. But, it is what it is. At the end of the day, the average player isn't playing in a lobby of 10 good players, so that doesn't really matter, Button Basher's favorite round. Yeah, I mean, you can't really... I feel like Button Bashers is one of those, like, rare good levels that you can't really say anything about unless you just don't like the fact that it's sweaty, which I understand. The path is usually really weird. Yeah. But that's the thing about, like, if I hopped in solos right now and we got a Lost Temple final, the average lobby I could get like 2 doors wrong and probably still catch up just because the average lobby isn't like cracked, Yeah. I just find tail tag a little boring. It's like, dare I say, too easy. You know? Line Moon, I agree. Nico's, I agree with that as well. One of my biggest brags is I didn't even win. I was this close to beating Josh in 2K in Butt Bashers. It was like 15-14. Something like that. It was a 1-point game and I was down and I was like competing with him. And I'm not great at Butt Bashers, but I was like competing with him. But I lost. I lost. We're gonna wrap it up soon, you guys. This was kind of like for you guys, like if we were playing the game, it'd be different, but we're just kind of talking today, and I don't want you guys to have to hear me yap, you know, for that long, and plus I got some stuff to do. But anyway, let's talk about a few more real quick. Perfect. You know, Dr. Pepsi, I feel the same way about Perfect Match and Some Fruit, honestly. Yeah. PMH question. That is in Finals Marathon, right? Perfect Deathmatch is better than regular. I guess it just doesn't really do anything for me. Like, it's not terribly exciting. I don't know. It's cool though. I mean, it's cool. Yeah, kind of what Nico said. I agree with Nico's there. You would think Nico's was my alt. I've agreed with everything Nico's has said. Just about. Yeah, Perfect Match. Now, okay, let me tell you guys a Some Fruit story. When you played as many hours as me, you can have a cool story about even the worst rounds. I have one for Some Fruit. And it's not in solos, it's a squads one. So, one time I was playing with my real life friends, and there's only 3 of us actually. So sometimes we queue randomly, sometimes we invite somebody. This time we had 3 the entire time, the entire show. And we make it to a Some Fruit. And obviously, if you get a Some Fruit, you're cooked. It's like worse than Block Party. Like, you're done. Well, we, on the first one, coordinated. We all jumped on the wrong tile ASAP and said over here as fast as we could. We tricked the entire lobby, survived, and we were able to qualify Some Fruit with only 3 people. Big flex, I know. It's any show. It's any show. So you get a crown just for reaching the final. Can anybody confirm that? That's crazy. That's very interesting. You know, real quick before we go, I know, Funix, I know. It's yeah. But before we go, can you guys believe we have to qualify 50 Explorer levels for this challenge? In, let's see, in 1 week? Okay, cool, PMH. I will definitely give that a try. That is good to know as someone who wants to get to 8,000 crowns. So I find Speed Slider very boring. And I'm not a very good speedrunner. I just find it so repetitive, super boring. And it's like, okay, let's get this done with, whatever. 50 Explorer is crazy. What I think I'm gonna do is like 10 a day. Yep, I want to see it, Barg. But it's the truth. When you have a story for every level. Oh, Snake, I know what you're talking about, and I hate that. I hate that. Yep. Yeah, Nico's, yep. I do understand, though, like Water Days just said Speed Slider should be A. I get that. It's just not for me. I'm not a good speedrunner. That's not how I really get down, you know? And I just find it kind of repetitive. Okay, we're gonna wrap this up, actually, you guys. I want to see what Barg has to say. 4th anniversary show and everyone besides me. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That is peak. I have no comments on the 4th anniversary show, but I will say that's peak. Yeah, what's up, Shocker? Shocker, we were just about to finish. Actually, we were just doing a little chill. Uh-oh, did you see something on my tier list? This is gonna be a grind show, you guys. This is gonna be a whole freaking grind. Yeah, new event. I do think it's easier than the last one. However, there's some sussy ones on here. Let's look at it real quick. We'll do that. So, real quick, and then we're gonna wrap this up, okay? Nikos, thank you for being here, my friend, and thank you for the input. That's true. I guess, Snake, the question is if that is faster, which maybe it is. But anyway, real quick. What's interesting to me here is destroy 50 objects, which is like, gee, tell me you want me to play Explore and Knockout without, no, just Explore. Tell me you want me to play Explore without telling me you want me to play Explore. But speaking of telling me you want me to play Explore, qualify for 50 levels in Explore. That's crazy. And my issue as well, you guys, is I would like to get to 8,000 crowns. And I would like to play some Finals Marathon. However, I'm not just going to sit here and not do the event. I've done every one since I've started playing. So the dichotomy is. I know I should have joined PMH. I should have played. Actually, really, Dr. Pepsi. Has it not been too bad? In Slide and Smash, camp the single. Oh, interesting. Yeah, we need to say shout out to Barg for that, man. If you know, you know. If you don't, can't help you. But anyway, we're going to wrap it up. You guys. That's it for today. Chill stream. I don't know, you guys. I mean, if you like this, we can do more of it. Like, we can talk about updates. We can maybe chat makes their own tier list. You know, whatever. We can do our own thing. We can see about it. But yeah, man. As always, I will see you guys in the Discord. It is only 1:54 in the afternoon for me, with my full head of healthy hair. And yeah, man. I appreciate you guys being here. Not even gameplay today, just yapping. So thank you guys, man. Who's gonna get the final message, I wonder?